This is Liz.
This is Jade.
And this is Carly.
This is Evan.
And this is Tanner. We're the Babes, covering all things babies, parenting, and women's issues. Maybe a few men's issues, too. Join us in our TMI girl chats, and when a topic needs an expert, we promise to bring you the best. Our podcast is an inclusive, no judgment zone. No mommy shaming here.
We're diving into the nitty-gritty of real life as we get honest about the highs and lows of motherhood. If you hear a baby or husband crying in the background during this episode, it probably means we just corked a bottle of wine and are hiding inside our closets. Oh, you too? This is episode 20. Welcome to Babes and Babies.
Yeah.
You know what's really sad? I think they did that better than we do.
I've been loving the body language from the guys. Like, I need to like incorporate the shoulders.
There was a shimmy in there.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Little Steph Curry shimmy.
You too was way better than I do it. I need to re-listen to what you just did because that was the right way.
You're a natural, Evan.
Well, you are a natural.
You're a natural babe.
If you guys can't tell, we're having Tanner and Evan on this episode for our special Father's Day episode. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
I know we
Hopefully
have...
it's a little less awkward than last time, right?
I don't think we really
Evan.
have
It might get
sex
there.
questions. Right.
I mean, we might throw a few in there.
What?
Just
No.
to freak them out.
Curveballs.
We do have a lot of questions for you guys, but before that, I think we have a game to play.
We do.
Oh, geez.
Doing that dance move again, Tanner.
This game is called Would You Rather?
Dun, dun,
Dad
dun.
edition.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Evan and Tanner, would you rather step in your child's vomit or be caught in public with no extra training pants or diapers for a kid who desperately needs it?
Am I wearing shoes?
No.
No.
I think I'd rather just step in the vomit. I'm not too picky about my feet. The training thing is a little scary.
Yeah, exactly. Stepping in vomit, like just clean it off real quick. Not a big deal at all. Yeah.
Okay. Great answer.
Next one.
High fives.
Next one.
Okay.
Evan and Tanner, would you rather have a kid who won't snuggle with you or a bed hog who elbows you in the face at 3 a.m. every night?
I'd rather have the bed hog for sure. The snuggle, I think the snuggle is key. You want to have the snuggle when they're little. So a kid that didn't snuggle sounds terrible. I don't want one of those.
Exactly. Snuggling is life. Like, how do you not? I mean,
Evan loves to snuggle with Bella.
yeah.
That makes me happy. That's your guys' answer.
Yeah,
You
me
guys
too.
like this? You like the baby snuggles?
Makes my heart warm.
I know, right?
Evan and Tanner, would you rather babysit your friend's toddler with an ear infection or would you rather babysit twin newborns?
Are they my newborns or someone else?
They are someone else's.
I don't really want to hang out with anyone else's kid. Is that bad? Is there
That's not bad. No. So what was...
The ear infection thing, you can put like drops down there now. So I think I'd go with the
ear
ear infection.
Yeah, my ears don't hurt, so I'll always take the one kid.
That's true.
Okay, Evan and Tanner, would you rather change all the poopy diapers or give all of the baths?
Oh, all the
Give
baths.
all the baths.
For sure. Easy
100%.
I was
But
going to
baths
say...
take way longer.
No, bats are adorable. They like make faces at you.
But sometimes they poop or pee in the bath.
Who
but-
cares? That's
yeah,
like
but
easy to
see-
clean off.
But Tanner will give the bath, but then he won't dry her off, put the diaper back on, put her in some new clothes, put her some lotion on her skin. He thinks the bath is done, and then he's like, "Here, Jade, I'm done."
That wasn't part of the would you rather question, though. It just said babe.
Right. You
That's-
can't add to
that's
this,
part-
Jade.
That is part of bath time. That is part of bath time. That's like
Okay.
that's a half done job, guys.
I totally agree. I do find that Evan is a fan of only doing the half-done job.
That's ridiculous.
Like, he changes the diaper and leaves it on the bed
How
every
dare you?
single time.
That is not true at all.
It's okay.
Oh,
It's
just not throwing the diaper away because I'm forgetful.
75% true.
Tanner takes the trash out, but doesn't put a new liner in.
Oh, Evan just did that.
I do that.
That's a
I do
job
that,
half
guys.
done. That's a job
When do
half
we get to
done.
talk? Tanner, when do we get to say
What do we
y'all
do this
what
time?
y'all do?
Never.
No, you guys can have the floor later, maybe.
Okay, thank
We
you.
might edit it out, but
no.
you can have the floor.
I take the trash out though, and then my roommate puts the new liner in because I'll take it out on the way to work, and then when she gets home, she'll put a new liner in.
That's called
But
teamwork,
you don't have
Jade.
poopy diapers in
So
there.
that's just
true.
called. She's like. That's just called. She has to put it in the trash now because you forgot, and she needs to put trash in the trash. So that's not teamwork, Tanner. That's just finishing Liz's half done job. Sorry, Liz.
Is this just an ambush? Because
No, Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly. This is ridiculous.
This is our pleasure of just grilling you guys.
This is.
Well, you're like, let's ask you a question, and then we will just throw stones at you after you answer it because you're wrong and you don't really believe it.
Okay, one more question. I feel like that girl on Saturday Night Live. She's like, "What? I have one more question."
Oh yeah,
Molly Shannon. What is she doing in that?
yeah. I know.
That's exactly how I was
have
like
Pete- we
in
have-
that.
Pete Schwetty here with Schwetty balls.
That's exactly what I felt like.
His Schwetty balls are really nice.
That's exactly who I was at that moment. I didn't even know.
What?
I was like,
what is he saying? What?
You never heard of Pete Schwetty's balls?
No, I haven't
Oh
seen
my
that one.
gosh. It's a classic.
oh no, our thing fell. Okay, here we go. Let me find one. Would you rather take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese with a hangover or tell them their favorite stuffed animal / blanket is in the laundry?
Oh,
Now I'm trying to figure out what's the trap here.
I think Bella pooped her pants, by the way, because I'm holding her and it really smells. But she's asleep.
aw.
So go to Chuck E. Cheese with a hangover, or the kid is freaking out because it's blanket or toys in the laundry. In the laundry, you have to wash and dry it, which takes forever.
Well, I'd rather do the laundry thing because I can just give her a bath and
all of
go
the
through
baths.
the entire process of giving her a bath.
She's screaming and crying in the bathtub. Though.
She's screaming.
No,
Okay,
there's
yeah,
nothing worse than going to
Yeah, the
Chuck E.
hungover
Cheese with a
thing
hangover.
sounds terrible.
Hangover?
Yeah.
I'm out on
Just
that.
a hangover with a baby in general sounds pretty awful.
The thing about hangover and Chuck E. Cheese, the kids are running around screaming. It stinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the food is not really that great.
Yeah, my kid can get over their blanket. There'll be more blankets.
There will be more blankets, but it's the one, Tanner. It is the one.
You know, life's
It's the
tough.
one she wants. One that she wants. Hey, yoo-hoo. I'm on another level today. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any more would you rathers that are exciting here?
I don't think so. I think that concludes.
That concludes our section of Would You Rather with Tanner and Evan.
You have no more questions.
I have no more questions for their sweaty balls. It is really hot in here. Okay.
I do
But
have tons
really,
of questions, though.
We have
Oh,
questions from people online
Yeah.
that want to ask you all of the nitty gritty of real life
So we
as
always
dads.
go on our so every time we have a podcast, you guys, we go and ask our Facebook group questions for our guests, and so we have a ton of them that they want to know about things that they might not necessarily be able to ask their partners, or they're just curious about your guys' lives.
And
So
I know I somehow got added to this Facebook group, and that's all I see on my page.
You're
I
welcome.
know.
yeah, you're welcome.
It's like every other post is a babes and baby Facebook thing. I can't even keep up.
Exactly.
Now, what's great about that is you can learn all sorts of things,
Totally.
like we do.
But since it is,
That was a long period of silence there. Okay, guys. So I just started using Beachbody on demand, and I'm trying to catch up with Evan because Evan has been to the gym all the time, and honestly, I don't have time for the gym. So I have been using this online service, and it has helped me so much. It's just a few minutes a day to get my body back into the shape I used to be in.
yeah, Beachbody on Demand has such an amazing history of success. It is behind the P90X, Insanity, 20-Day Fix, all the amazing programs that you guys have heard of. Beachbody on Demand has been behind it. They have the top trainers and the best programs. You can choose from a dance workout, a yoga workout, whatever fits the needs that you have. You work out on your schedule. You can access it from anywhere, anytime, your hotel room, your house, your friend's house. And it also has such a huge support community. And it is seriously the best deal in fitness because our listeners actually get to try this for an amazing deal.
You have got to try this, especially if you are a new mom. They have a postnatal workout that is so good. It is so easy to get back into shape. They also have, I have actually never done yoga, and I started doing a yoga program, and I just feel more flexible and makes me feel sexier. And I just think that this is the greatest thing to do from home.
I really want you guys to try this because you can start it with us and we can do it together. Right now, our listeners can get a special free trial membership when you text BABES to 303030. That's 303030. You'll get access to this entire platform for free. All of the workouts, the nutrition information, and support. It's all totally free for you. Again, just text BABES to 303030. Okay, let's get back to it. Since it is Father's Day, though, so Tanner, this is going to be your first Father's Day, and Evan, it's your first Father's Day with a little girl. I think just to start it off, like, Tanner, like, how, I mean, you're a new father, so how is it, like, being a new father, you know, like, what do you think has been, like, the best part of it for you?
So seeing how Jade was on Mother's Day, I wonder what I'm going to be like on actual Father's Day. I know this airs then, but we're still a week away. I'm not the type to get sentimental or even care about like birthdays or, I mean, candidly anniversaries, stuff like that at all. But I think Father's Day might kind of tug at the heartstrings a little differently than some of these other occasions. But I don't know. It just changes your life so much that I think that day actually will mean something for me, which had you asked me that a year ago, I would have probably said, nah, no big deal, just another day. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Evan, did it change? I mean, obviously you've had a few kids. What did it change for you? Is it a meaningful day for you, or is it just kind of
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal as Mother's Day for sure. Like, it's like, you know, it's like, cool, we're dads. Like, it's awesome. I don't know.
What do you mean? What does that even mean? We share. We're 50-50 here.
What? It's not. I feel like Mother's Day is a much bigger deal.
Oh,
First
for sure.
of all the great places have brunches on Mother's Day, but not on Father's Day.
Exactly.
So that
nothing happens on Father's Day.
You're really connecting to our audience right now. Way to go.
No, it's true. It's true. I really do think that Mother's Day is a bigger deal than Father's Day, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. Mother's Day.
So I don't have to get you a gift.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Father's Day is like Flag Day, where Mother's Day is like Christmas.
It's like flag.
Yeah.
Well,
Same
I think
level.
that, though,
Exactly.
I feel like the huge
Well,
thing...
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but that also leads to another question that a lot of people ask. Because, I mean, for Mother's Day, like, you've been carrying that baby and you've been bonding with that baby for 9 months, and then you push it out of your vagina or have a C-section, either one. And then you have this baby that you've been carrying and you have this bond. And for every woman, the bonding process is a little bit different. But for you guys, like, a lot of the listeners want to ask, like, when did you start to feel a bond with your child, or have you felt that yet?
The honest answer, the bond started kind of like 6-7 months for me.
Right.
Because like the first 6 months, they're just like, they only need their mom, and they don't really show a lot of like true emotion or get excited when you come home, stuff like that. But like the past 2-3 months,
I'm covering Bella's ears right now, by the way.
Yeah, right. But yeah, Bella, you're just a potato still. No,
Yeah.
but no, the past 2-3 months have been like, I hate to compare it, but exponentially better than the first like 6 months for me, at least. Just because she actually like cares. I know that sounds selfish, but she actually cares, like when I come home and all those things.
Yeah, and now she
That's
reaches
really
out.
cute.
You know, she reaches out for Tanner and wants him at certain times too. You know, instead of me. And I feel like that's really meant something to him. You know, like, oh, like, you know, he's now she turns to me for this. You know, I feel like,
Right.
yeah. Me just adding my 2 cents.
No, I've talked to a lot of dads who it actually took a while for them to like feel like really deep feelings, and you know, a lot of times it sucks because the guy's like, I should feel these, but I don't, and then I think, you know, it's important for moms to give dads grace in that area, like to be like, it's okay, you know, it takes people, as long as it takes people to to have those deep feelings. I mean, obviously, I'm a sensitive mess, so I'm just like, I'm not normal. I don't think so.
Well, I think like
But-
even if
like
you don't feel the deep bond, it's not that you don't love your child. Of course, you love your child. You know, you just
Right.
may not have that bond that Hollywood shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that with Bella from the moment she came out?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
But I don't think I'm normal. The more guys I talk to, that's not actually normal. Like,
Right.
the normal
I mean,
is-
you were totally Mr. Mom
Yeah,
until I became Mrs. Mom.
Yeah.
And now you're dad.
yeah.
But you took over for a while because I didn't know what I was doing. That
It's
was
true.
really, really nice.
I'll never forget
You
grabbing
deserve
your
a
tit
good
and
Father's
just sticking
Day.
it into her
You know,
mouth.
he told all the girls in the hospital, all the nurses, I'm just going to be the lactation consultant. And he did.
We didn't need a lactation consultant, and I am very. I mean,
Honestly, I couldn't get the tit in the mouth. Like she wouldn't latch. But when Evan would
Daddy was
squeeze my
there.
tit and throw it in her
That's kinda
mouth,
weird.
she would latch. And so it took a while for me to do it on my own.
it takes
to
a
be
special
honest.
squeeze to get a great
Even
latch.
at 3 a.m., he would wake up and put the tit in her mouth. He's a good dad.
But that's not normal. Like,
Evan's
that's
the
not-
erectile dysfunction specialist and tit specialist.
And
He is.
tit special.
He knows how to work.
We
he
had-
knows how to work all the
I know
things.
how to milk them.
We have
Getting
a
a
vagina.
just the tits.
Oh
Just
my God.
He did try a drop of milk one time.
yeah.
Tanner, have you tried,
wait,
Jade?
did we
Yeah,
talk about this?
I did
Yeah,
once.
I think
yeah.
we did.
I think I made him. I was like, you got to at least try it once.
Wait, Jade, did you try yours?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. Oh no, and now I don't have it anymore.
I'm sure we could.
You will
we should-
again.
we
Well,
could-
I guess we'll try again tonight. I am ovulating.
we'll
Evan.
rustle some out of there.
Okay, just kidding. No, I meant like to have another baby, but
Oh,
that's another subject.
So Evan, though, like, I guess, like, was the bond any different for you? So you have 3 boys, and now you have a little girl. Was there a different feeling having a little girl than it was having a boy?
yeah, there definitely was. I mean, she's like this beautiful feminine energy where it's like, I don't know. She feels totally different the way, and like, even though she's still only 4 months old, like the way she relates to me and the world is just so feminine, and it's just really cool. Like, I don't know. It's like the boys. It was like, you know, the way they cried was different, and
Well,
and
she's a faker.
she's a faker.
She
and
needs attention.
Already
But-
dramatic. The girls are dramatic.
She's so dramatic.
I'm not making blanket statements about women. There's no way. That
Oh, okay.
You're not going to trap me in that. No, but yeah, no, it's definitely different.
Evan, do you feel, or sorry, Tanner, do you have any fears? Like, what are your fears about Emerson, I guess, like being a dad of a little girl? Like, are you scared, like you never want her to date? Do you feel that way toward her?
No, I'll be fine, I think, honestly, when it comes time to date, as long as I approve of the type of guy she's dating. But no, like the weirdest thing for me, like I've never been like sensitive or worry about anything. I've never worried about like my family or myself and like situations. But every time that Jade like leaves the house with the baby, if she goes out of town or something like that, I'm like,
when I fly.
yeah, I'm like, oh, the plane's definitely going to crash. And if it doesn't crash, she's going to get kidnapped at the airport, Taken style. And then if she doesn't do that, like the sky is falling 24/7. So that's been like the weirdest part that I feel differently.
Every time that I travel with just Emerson and I, or me, the whole like 24 hours beforehand, I get text messages from Tanner. He's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe you should just stay. Maybe like, are you, you know, like he's like trying to convince me not to go because he's so nervous.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
That's super cute. Hey, Babes and Babies listeners, have you ever tried a Kind bar? You might have seen them in your local grocery store, coffee shop, or gym. They make delicious, healthy snacks using whole ingredients.
They
Well-
are so good.
Delicious. Well, if you're ready to try some tasty and healthy snacks, we've got a special deal for you. Try 20 Kind snacks from 7 of their unique product lines with their new snack pack. Enjoy 50% off and free shipping on your first snack pack when you subscribe to it through the Snack Club, Kind's monthly snack subscription service. Go to kindsnacks.com/babies for more details.
The snack pack has the perfect mix of Kind favorites for all of your daily snacking needs. Like to start your day with whole grains? Try the oats and honey with toasted coconut granola clusters. Need to snack healthy while on the go? Enjoy a Kind dark chocolate, nuts, and sea salt bar. That's actually my favorite. Looking for a plant-based protein? Try a bite of crunchy peanut butter protein bar. Plus, all of Kind snacks are crafted with delicious, wholesome ingredients like nuts and fruits and whole grains to keep your body and your taste buds happy. Visit kindsnacks.com/babies to learn more and subscribe to the snack pack. That's kindsnacks.com/babies. And thank you, Kind, for sponsoring this podcast.
So, a question. Since Carly and Jade both kind of, they're at home more with the babies and stuff, and I know both you guys, Evan, you travel a lot for work, and Tanner, you work this, high-end job-ish. I'm not actually 100% sure. I never remember what people really do, but I know, you're really high up in your company and work. But,
they both are.
Right,
Let's just go with that.
Yeah, so, when you come home and let's say, the house is a disaster and everything's a mess, what do you think your wives have been doing all day?
Yeah, I've struggled with that a little bit. I feel like I'm getting better, but I envision the baby just sleeping for 4 hours and Jade just laying on the couch playing on her phone all day, and then when I come home and there's shit everywhere and stuff's not done, the laundry's piled up. I just feel like she's just been lazy or ignored it sometimes. Whereas I know, if I really stop and think about it, I know how hard it would be for me to have her for a full day. I still just envision the times where, the baby is napping and Jade is just hanging out, and that's what I feel like happens all day still.
But it's, nice to hear that response, though, because I think a lot of women, are in that position, and a lot of men feel that way. So I think that's a normal response. Evan?
Tanner, how long is the longest you've ever had her?
The longest I've had her, probably 5-6 hours?
5 hours.
Yeah.
And hour 3, it was every 20 minutes. Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Don't laugh, Evan.
No,
that's
he's
reasonable.
the same.
No, yeah,
I think
totally
the longest I've been gone was for a hair appointment gone bad, which took 2 or 3 hours longer than it was supposed to. So it's probably the same, 5 hours.
It was way longer than 5 hours, but I'll give it to you.
You're going to say 12?
When they're that young, it's hard for that. It really is. And I feel like sometimes Jade doesn't understand that because...
Well, because I'm still breastfeeding, so it's different. Tanner's you're the boob.
Right.
She just wants the boob.
Yeah, there's times where when she was a little smaller and she would just go crazy because all she wants is just to drink and lay on her mom and fall asleep, and I can't physically provide that. And then it gets really hard to console her, and it's just hard sometimes.
Yeah. Evan, how do you feel about your messy house?
I don't notice that stuff, honestly. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
I'm pretty OCD about cleanliness, except for now. I think this past month I've been I can't keep up myself, but it's still, our house is still, there are no dishes in the sink, and our laundry's always done, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he can't complain about that.
I saw your guys' closet, though. I saw the closet.
Oh, no, we just got that organized.
I know, but before...
And the pantry and the garage.
Yeah, but now, our closet actually stays that way. I actually hang up my jeans.
I'm scared to go in there. That's why it's so organized. I don't want to touch it.
We don't want to touch it. So, but it's because I'm, psycho about, having things being put away.
So...
I think.
I have a question for you guys, then. If your wifey or your partner, so... we kind of do make more money than you maybe, but would you guys be okay with being stay-at-home dads if we were the breadwinners? Would you be Mr. Mom?
Evan still makes more money than me.
Oh, okay. Well, then this question's legit. So what if
we did have listeners ask,
but what if there was a role reversal?
This is a listener question, so. Would you?
At what age? I don't think I could do it when the babies are itty bitty. I honestly don't. I think maybe if they were ages 2 through 10, I think I'd be more equipped and more open to it.
You really would?
Potentially, yeah. If we could have the lifestyle that I want.
If you could live in Malibu and have a view of the ocean.
Yeah, as long as the kids were a little older, I couldn't do it at all.
So you would run them to piano practice. You would take them to the doctor appointments. You would take them to their friend's house for play dates. You'd be okay with that. You'd make all their snacks, all their lunches. You'd have to bathe them fold their you'd have to fold their
Do
laundry.
all the diapers. If they were potty training and then couldn't do it, you had to fix that.
You'd have to deal with the tantrums.
All right, maybe ages 4 and up.
Okay.
But I think I could do it at some point.
Would
yeah.
you kiss their boo-boos?
Sure.
Oh, that's really sweet, Evan.
No, I couldn't do it. I don't think I just like would get so like I have to have something new like every so often. It'd be
But
really
kids
hard.
do new things.
No, I don't know.
Being a mom, a stay-at-home mom, though, is daunting.
It's like
It's very daunting. It's a very, very
I've had
difficult
a hard week this week just because Evan's had a lot of business stuff going on this week, and so I'm still like too scared to take her out all the time. Like I'll go do like a grocery store run every now and again with her, but it's just I'm still like new at it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've kind of been like trapped in the house, and so I have gone a little crazy. And I can imagine as a man, because men are like sports and activities and gym and like all of these things that are like go, 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 go. And women like could sit around and chat, you know, like so as a man sitting around the house, I think is so different than for a woman,
well,
right?
we should talk about that for a second. Like everything in our culture is sort of shifting to more of a neutral, like even like
Yeah.
there's no.
Yeah, but you still have hormones.
I still feel like
Yeah.
that
I'm a
make
man,
you feel a
though.
certain way.
Do you really?
Yeah, 100%. I'm very go, go, go. Like, I definitely have a feminine, nurturing side, but I feel like in a lot of my relationships, my friends were like, you're kind of the man in this relationship. I wouldn't say the relationship I'm in now at all. Vito's definitely the man in the relationship, but like one of his biggest fears for me is because I'm so go, go, go and adventurous and this and that is he's scared, like not scared, but he's like, you being a stay-at-home mom, I'm worried that you're going to be bored and get sick of it and not want to do it anymore and need something new.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because
I think I
that's
feel
how
like
I am.
everyone is somewhere on the spectrum of like masculine and feminine, and like everyone has some masculine, some feminine,
Agreed.
and like some guys are way more masculine, some guys are way more feminine, and vice versa. Like, and it kind of just depends on how a relationship works out.
I guess that's true.
I don't know.
And you could still be masculine and be the caretaker.
yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
vice versa. You can still be feminine and be the take charge, making all the money,
Right.
kicking ass mom.
But the way that
Totally.
like the roles are portrayed is if the woman's the breadwinner, she's like this hardcore, not nurturing, whatever person.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
Super.
it's
Yeah.
you're right, Evan. It's portrayed that way. Doesn't always have to be.
Yeah.
It's usually not. I'd say.
Right. But another question that I guess people were kind of asking, since you guys both do work and work very hard, like, do you feel, I guess, since like having kids and stuff, do you find the need to work harder to provide for your family? And then how do you find that balance between working and then spending time with your family?
Tanner's like lounging.
Jade's making us sit on the floor. It's uncomfortable as hell.
Oh yeah, I always sit here. I guess I don't realize he's a foot taller than me. It's like his knees are all like cricked.
Oh.
Sorry, Tanner.
What was the question again?
I know. Thank you.
No, just like, I mean,
How
after,
do you juggle?
Yeah, how do you juggle? Like, especially like having
Work
a
and family.
family, do you find the need to work more to provide? But then how do you find that balance between working more and then spending time with your family?
We're kind of in a weird circumstance where I don't feel the need to like work more to provide for our family. I find that there's a hard balance between like my me time, my family time, and then my work time, because my work time is very structured. There's a certain amount of hours I have to be there, things of that nature. And then I want to fill up a lot of the extra hours with family time, but that really doesn't leave a lot of meat on the bone for like me time, whether me time is, going out with friends or, playing basketball like I used to, or, even just like vegging out on the couch. I feel like that time is tough to fit in there. So that's been my hardest piece, just like juggling all three.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where a lot of our fights or stuff come from, is when he feels like he's entitled, which he is, to his me time, and I'm like, no, you don't get me time. I haven't had me time. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've done this, and this all day. Like, you're like, well, why do you get your me time?
The hardest thing is like, and I understand where Jade's coming from, but like after I work like an 11-hour day, Jade's obviously had the baby for 11 hours.
I've
too.
worked an 11
Yeah.
11-hour day.
And so, like, right when I come home, before I can even change or do anything, she's like, "All right, your turn. Here's the baby," and like tries to like hand her off to me before I can even get out of my work clothes. And we've both, finding that balance of like, hey, can I chill for a minute before I grab the baby again? That's been kind of tough for us.
Yeah, for sure. But I also think, I was going to speak for Tanner too. I feel like, and this is just me speaking for you. But I feel
like the clarification there, Jade.
How do you feel about that, Jen?
I feel like Tanner's way of showing love a lot of the time is providing, and so I feel like it is a hard balance, but I feel like that's one of the ways he loves us is going to work, And I have to sometimes realize that. I'm like, okay, he's gone all the time, but this is the way Tanner does express that he cares for us. So I'm sure there's a lot of other women that their husbands or partners are like that as well. That's all.
Yeah, I feel like, there's always like, well, one thing that's, I think, super important that I've learned about myself, and I think for most guys, probably for women too, is that whenever you come from a different environment into the home, there has to be a transition time. Like I don't think you can just throw the baby or the home life on whoever is coming into the house after being gone for 10 hours. Like they need a little bit of time to just sort of transition. And I think that's important to get, even if it's 10 or 15 minutes, to be like, okay, take a little bit of time. I've got the baby for this little time. You have to like decompress. And, you had work and all the stress of work. And then we can do a transition. And I feel like that's actually like a really good way to do it, no matter what, who's coming in after being gone for an extended period.
I feel like if I didn't do that, though, there would be no transition. Tanner would come home, put on his sweatpants, sit down, sprawl on the couch, ask what's for dinner, and not help with anything. Am I right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got to be communicated, right? Like, okay, you get your 10 or 15 minutes or whatever, however long that works for both of you, and then then you slowly kind of move the baby over. I think I really think that's
like
slowly inch her over.
Yeah.
1 inch every minute.
Every time he glances, the baby's like an inch closer to him.
Life's transitions are important. Like everyone needs like to be able to decompress and move.
Where's
take
my
a second.
transition?
Slow down, baby.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I get that. Evan is really good about if I say like you have to take Bella right now, he'll do it. But I have been Evan is getting back into shape, so I allow him now. I don't know, an hour or two, maybe 5 hours. Like
no, okay.
I mean 5 days a week. You go for like an hour or two to the gym, and that's been really hard for me because I'm like you, Jade. Well, where are my hours?
Yeah,
like where are those?
Yeah.
And so I think we're slowly finding a balance between me letting him have his hours and me having mine.
Our biggest challenge is I'm like, well, I get an hour, you should get an hour or two or an hour and a half. But then Carly doesn't take it.
No.
So that's where
I would take it if you would like.
But you have to take responsibility for taking your time.
Here's what happens.
I can't give you that. You have to.
This is what happens. Like the other day, you came in and you were really stressed out from work and you said, "Don't talk to me for a while." And that was going to be my hour. And so then I was like, oh, I can't talk to him, so he can't take the baby. So there's like times like that when I'm like, oh my God, he's coming home.
Well,
I'm ready for my hour. And then it's like, oh no, I can't do it because you're on a call or you're whatever. Because you've been very busy this past couple weeks.
Yeah, well, again, okay. So I think what's important also to realize is that there's seasons in life.
This is a counseling session.
I was going to say now, this is how people therapy.
There's seasons in life. Some seasons,
yes,
one has to take on more than the other.
That is very true.
And you can't be like, this season I'm taking on more, so I'm pissed at you. It's you realize this is going to be for a little. Yeah. This is while I'm breastfeeding.
I totally
when
agree.
I'm not breastfeeding, it's going to be different.
I totally agree.
When I'm going through a difficult thing at work, then you might have to take a little more, but then it'll come back to each other. Like it's not.
So I'm going to start working out next month. Just kidding.
It's fine.
I was going to say I was going to take your hours, but I'm joking.
Is that Emmy? Hi, Emmy.
Yeah, she woke up.
And
she's poopy too.
Nice.
Oh man,
just like
I can't wait to see you in whenever we see each other next.
Maybe.
I don't know.
her birthday's coming up. Or your birthday's coming up. Smooth, Evan.
The FabFitFun Summer Box is here. It's a seasonal subscription box for women to discover new products for a life well lived. FabFitFun delivers a box of full-size products, you guys. That's fashion, beauty, home, fitness, and wellness. It delivers 4 times a year for just $49.99 a box. And I got mine the other day, and it is amazing.
One of my things that I got in the summer box that I love is the Foreo Luna Fofo. It retails for $89. It is the hot new facial product. What you do is you just have an app, you use it, you scrub your face, and it tells you exactly what your individual skincare needs are. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I had a really hard time choosing between the Summer and Rose Beach Towel and the Yumi Kim makeup case. That was one of the hardest decisions I've made all year. I'm not even kidding. It's really sad. I swear my life is harder than that. So you guys, sign up for a FabFitFun box today to get your summer box. FabFitFun summer box is in limited supply, and these boxes always sell out. They're selling out so fast. Use our code THEBABES to get $10 off your first box. Go to fabfitfun.com to sign up and getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code THEBABES to get $10 off your first box. That's over $200 products for only $39.99. Go to fabfitfun.com and use code THEBABES to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box. Do it today.
So everything that you guys are talking about, a lot of people ask questions about that. How do you, as partners, communicate those needs to each other? As the man saying, this is what I need from you, and the woman saying, this is what I need from you. There's good, healthy arguments, but I'm sure sometimes it's just a lot of miscommunication of, oh, he doesn't want to help, or, oh, she doesn't, she thinks whatever. But, have you guys figured out how to communicate that to each other? Or is that something what have you learned in that communication process to help people who are listening?
Okay, wait, is this therapy still? Are the women allowed to answer this, or is this?
Yeah, no, it's for
What's with this being Father's Day episode? And
sorry,
moms are talking, the babes are talking.
No, this is good, healthy conversation happening.
This is an intervention.
I would like to hear Tanner's answer, though.
No, by all means, I'll go second.
Okay.
But you guys have been married longer.
So this is what I do. Oh, I thought he meant to me. Sorry, you guys. I have a lot of things to say.
This is fantastic.
So I saw this and someone else say this in the Facebook group, which I feel like this is something that I try to do is when it comes down to the baby and I'm starting to resent him and I'm like, he's not doing this. I ask him to do that. He doesn't want to do it. I'm doing all the work and I start resenting him is doing it for myself and being happy with it. So if I want Emerson to have a bath and he's not going to do it tonight, then I'm just going to do it because I want to do it and I find the joy in it. And it's for myself. I'm instead of trying to put what I want onto him, I'm just going to do it anyways because that's what's going to make me happy. So I try to go from that point of view instead of trying to put so much expectation on him from what I want. Because
that's very healthy.
Because that's about me. It's about me, what I want right. I'm trying to push it all on him. And I'm not perfect. That it doesn't happen like that all the time. Trust me, we fight about stuff all the time. But that's when I check myself. That's what I try to do.
But also you may be communicating to him in a way that he doesn't receive.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Some people don't receive.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people the way when I'm asking you to do something, to them that sounds completely different than how I'm asking because that's not how they receive communication.
Right. I feel like she's giving me orders sometimes.
Right.
Whereas if maybe she's had a long day or whatever the case be, she just is like, all right, you're doing this, this, and that. And I view my few hours at night as my free time. And I think she views those same few hours as her free time. So when two people are viewing those hours as free time, it gets a little tough.
Yeah. I do it because I want him to spend time with his daughter. I'm like, okay, she hasn't seen you all day. Please go give her a bath because this could be a special time for you, and that's how I see it. But for him, he thinks I'm giving him an order.
Mm-hmm.
So, how have you guys then, the times where it has worked for you, how did you communicate those things to each other? Like when you're like Tanner, you're like, yeah, I would love to help with this, or Jade, you didn't feel, you know, like ordering whatever around. Like,
I don't think that happens.
working on it.
Which is okay.
We'll let you know next week.
After therapy with doula Liz.
There you go.
Yeah, I think, I think for me, I feel like we've been married just at a year, had a baby in the middle of that, got married super quick. It's okay to be a wreck, like
Yeah, for sure.
communication-wise.
We're not a complete wreck.
No, we're not. But I'm just saying, like, everyone puts all these crazy, like, ideals. Like, you have to be this perfect couple, or you have to, like, communicate perfectly and, like, make, like, not hurt each other's feelings. It's, like, okay to,
Yeah.
like, you're working stuff out.
I also do agree with what Evan said earlier, that there are seasons, and like,
Yes.
like he gave me so much grace right after I had Bella. Like, I mean, those first 3 months, he was Mr. Mom. Like, I was figuring it out, and she would scream and scream and scream, and he would take over, and I didn't know what to do, and he'd put my boob in her mouth, and he taught me how to, know my daughter and help her. And I think now has been a month of a lot of business stuff. So I've had to take the weight of her more, and I feel like that is so, I don't know, that's just kind of like how we've learned to communicate, is like kind of through like what's going on in our lives, sort of.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is when you communicate, you're not listening to respond, but you're listening to understand. Like when you hear someone, when they say something that pisses you off, you have to like fight to understand where they're coming from, because they're usually not trying to piss you off. So I think we've actually we've been okay with being pissed off at each other, but we just keep talking. We don't like stop. Like the worst thing you can do is just like stop and run away. But like we'll keep fighting through it, grinding it out. We're mad and we're like, this doesn't make any sense. Whatever. But then we find the other side because we're listening.
You also, sorry, I just interrupted you when you said I was listening.
Talking about listening here.
Great communication, guys.
I was just going to say that Evan was also married for a very long time, so he's also learned this before. But no, you learned how to communicate, and so you came into a new relationship. Like I said the other day, this is the longest relationship I've ever been in, like consistently. Like I've been off and on with people, but Evan and I have been together 2 years now. Like that is my longest relationship. And he was with his wife for over 10 years. So like you learned a lot about relationships from that, and probably learned a lot about grace for a wife in that. And that helped me.
I think that's probably really refreshing though. Like that's probably really refreshing for a lot of people listening, because I think both of your guys' relationships are kind of on pedestals. You guys both have that like love story in the spotlight, and people kind of expect perfection from that. So I'm sure that is refreshing for people to hear, because honestly, the idea of marriage, I think it's awesome. I definitely want to get married, but you're taking two people, especially since we're all like, we're not 21 and getting married. Like we know who we are. We know what you want. And you've been doing things a certain way for so long. Then you combine that with someone else and you expect it to be perfect. There's no way.
Yeah.
Not until you're like 75.
Right.
Like when you're 75.
And you're
there's
too
no
old to
conflict
care.
At 75. Right.
Podcast is going to be so good when we're 75,
Let's
you guys.
go to Cracker Barrel. Like it's like 75.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
That's ridiculous. I love it.
So what are a couple of things that you guys do to like make each other feel special now that you have added a baby to the picture?
I give him time to go to the gym.
Which is great. That's fine.
He needs that.
That's amazing.
Honestly, Evan, like, and I both gained some weight while I was pregnant, and now he's shedding it, and he feels really good about himself, and he shows me his muscles all the time, and they're huge, and he's lost a lot of weight, and he feels really good about himself, which in turn makes our relationship stronger because we're both happy.
Yes.
You look
I
great.
don't snore
Evan.
anymore.
You look great.
He doesn't snore.
No, it's not even that I look great. It's just I feel great. Like
Okay.
it's just
No, his muscles are really big, you guys.
No, but for me.
They are big.
It's not like
But I think you even feel like more like you. We're not talking about sex, but we are. Like you are more like, hey, I want to have sex because you feel better about your body.
yeah,
See?
absolutely.
So
yeah,
the
no, it
gym
sucks
is
being
worth
freaking
it.
like feeling like I'm fat, which again I'm not like wasn't technically fat, but felt fat. And when you don't just like that whole
Yeah.
thing is tough, and like everybody gains baby weight, and
Totally.
I love you.
It's the mom or dad. It doesn't matter, but
Also, Tanner, you look great too from
Yeah.
Nutrisystem.
I saw like
Yeah,
the
you do.
recent
You look
photos you
great.
posted.
Photoshop's, an excellent tool.
Stop it. Stop it. He's
we
lying.
should go to like a beach or something and like show off our muscles. I don't know. Just
There
to-
you go.
I mean, I'm wearing a one piece.
Oh, totally.
I'm not quite there yet.
What do you do, Evan? What do you do to make Carly feel special?
Honestly, I don't know. I think you would have to answer that. Like, I don't feel like I do that much. Like, I feel like we're like in this newborn crazy life. There's so
Yeah.
much going on. Like, I'll do flowers once in a while, and like,
You can do that like every week.
yeah,
Remember we talked about that?
I probably don't do enough right now. Like, I don't.
Tanner just told me today because I had a flower arrangement on the kitchen counter today, and he looks at me and because I threw them away, and he goes, "I hate flower arrangements on the counter." I was like,
Stop it. Why,
do.
Tanner?
I hate.
They're so amazing.
I hate flowers in general. I think they're pointless.
Wait.
They're a dumb gift. They're a racket. That is just bad. I don't know. I've never been in on the flower game.
Yup.
Okay, Evan just signaled you like you were
100%
right.
true. It's true.
No, but there was like 3 weeks ago, we had like different flowers out in the house. And I said, we should have new flowers out every week. Don't these make you feel amazing? And you
They
said,
do.
yes, we should.
Because you feel amazing about
Right.
it.
Okay, well then give me more flowers.
This is not a father. This is a Mother's Day episode.
I'm getting to a
covering
couple
it
of
as a
better
Father's
ones.
Day.
We're gonna end it nice and sweet.
Yeah, the only
Yes.
good thing
Oh,
about
sure.
flowers
Oh,
is
whatever.
that the wives are nicer.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then I have a flip flop. Okay, what could we do? What could Jade and I do to make you guys feel better?
You can't ask that question now after you've been skewering us for 30
Listen.
40 minutes.
It was on our list of questions, Evan. It was
Oh,
on
sure.
It was the next question.
Yeah. What could we do?
Give me more attention. Before the baby, I used to get head rubs or back rubs or feet rubs all the time, and I've gotten like 2 in 9 months.
That's not true. I gave him 2 in the last
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, but they're weak though. Like
they're not good enough anymore.
yeah, they used to be like good, and you'd actually
Why
care.
don't you just,
Now-
Jade,
now-
just get a masseuse to come out to the house?
Yeah, now I feel
Does
like
that count?
she's mailing it in, just barely doing it, just to appease me and tell me that she gave
What
me
do
one.
you do to make me feel special, Tanner?
I know. I'm probably nothing. But
You know
Okay,
what I
Evan,
do
what
though?
can I do?
Oh yeah, go
What do
ahead.
you do, Jade?
No, keep going, Jade, please.
I let him sleep through the night every night since day one.
Hey, guess what? Me too.
That's
Look
That's
at you.
so nice. We're so nice.
Tanner, they're hijacking this whole thing. Like, oh, let's do a question that's sweet. And then
Happy
boom, all of a
Father's
sudden
Day.
it's about them. Like, what?
Well,
no. We
Well-
want to know. We want to know. We want to know.
No, you don't. You actually don't.
I do.
don't think you actually do. You just want to talk about what you're not getting.
No, because I want to know because then I may plan a very special Father's Day.
yeah.
Liz, help.
I don't need much for Father's Day.
Just jump in, please.
Okay, so Tanner needs more attention, and he needs feet rubs and head rubs. Evan, what do you need?
Other things rubbed.
You need the penis.
That's all we need. We're simple
Hey,
creatures.
I rubbed it the other day with my vagina. It's okay.
I love how she references the one time.
Listen, it happened. Okay, guys.
Once for you.
Hey, it's been twice. Okay.
Well, okay, then
Oh, hi, Emmy.
something, I guess.
It's how she was made.
In lieu of Father's Day coming, Carly and Jade, what has been the coolest thing watching Tanner and Evan become dads?
Finally, good stuff.
Yeah.
We're done.
Thank you.
We're done hurting you.
Yeah.
I think I was so when we found out we were having a girl. I'm sure I have said this previously, but the doctor called us and said, "You're having a girl," and Evan just he stared off into space, and then he has this blank look on his face, and then he walks out of the room, and I don't see him for a solid 5 minutes, and he comes back in and he goes, I've just been pacing. I've been pacing around the house. I've been puttering like an old man. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to wipe a child, or I don't know how to wipe a girl. And I was like, okay, so I'm a girl, like I can teach you. And I think it's like,
It's really not that hard.
and no, it's way easier actually. And I think it's been like coming from, you had like this place of like excitement but fear, and seeing you like when she came out, how you just took over, and like, I mean, you coached me through it, because I mean, you've done it before, but also you just manned up, and watching you just love on her is the sweetest thing. And she just loves her dad. And
Aww.
it's just, I don't know. It's just like, it's really cool. Cause I mean, he's obviously a dad to 3 boys, but he's such a sensitive human, and it's so perfect for him to have a girl, so he can show that like sensitive side of him
Yeah.
that he doesn't get to show to his boys. I mean, I guess you do still, but to a girl is really sweet.
That's got to be one of my favorite things too, because Tanner's not a sensitive human.
Oh yeah,
is
totally.
to see the sensitive side.
Oh,
you know?
that's really cute.
Yeah. So when she gets hurt, I see the look on his face, you know, and I see him like comfort her, and then I also just love like, because he is kind of, I mean, Tanner has a good masculine energy that I've always considered him like my rock, and I know already, like, I think she looks to him as that rock. Like, I'm the nurturing one, but she knows he's still kind of that steady energy, and I feel like, because it's so strong in his presence. But one of the things I can't wait for is, I feel like even though Tanner and I are complete opposite, we have a lot of like open, similar views on parenting. And I just can't wait to kind of like tackle those things. Actually, my brother is staying with us right now, and he had an issue the other night. And Tanner and I were kind of like waiting up for him. We were like, should we talk to him about this? We want to be there for him. And we were both like sitting there on the kitchen counter waiting for him to come home. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be us in 15 years with Emerson. I'm like, when she, you know, when something happens and she needs us, and how are we going to handle it? And it's just like cool to like,
totally.
Yeah.
So cute.
yeah, to
I
know
love
that like we're partners in that together.
That's really cute.
So cute.
yeah.
I want you guys to know that both of your wives have said like how much more they have just completely fallen in love with you guys watching you be dads to their daughters.
Totally.
Oh, Tanner, do you listen to the podcast?
I've listened to probably like 4 of them, so no.
I can't do it. I'm afraid. I'm terrified.
And I keep
don't
telling
want to
Evan
hear
we
things on
don't
here.
talk bad about them.
I just turn it on when we're in the
Just
car
when we're
sometimes.
here.
Yeah, we don't talk bad about you.
No. Just with you.
Just to your
present.
faces.
Nothing, we don't say to your faces. That's all.
I learned my lesson. I talked bad behind your back, and then it really bit me in the butt on TV. So I've learned my lesson.
Oh, that's funny.
He doesn't think that's very funny right now.
What? No, I don't.
Oh my God, Evan, the other night, we're lying in bed, and he's like, or was this when we woke up in the morning? I don't know, something. It was either at night or in the morning. And he had been watching Bachelor in Paradise on his computer. And he was like, did you notice what I was watching? And I was like, no. And he's like, I was watching our Bachelor in Paradise. And I was like, what? That is so cute.
It's so fun
But
to go
also,
back.
were you watching that because you fell out of love with me and you needed to re-fall in love with me?
No, I just feel like it was such a great
That was
adventure.
my greatest fear.
Like, it was so fun. No.
Anyway.
Oh, that's cute.
Side comment.
So also Carly and Jade have been very open about like maybe wanting to try for another baby and all this stuff. Like how, like we know Jade and Tanner that you guys are trying, like how did you make that choice to want to add to your family, like to take on another child, you know, like, cause you guys have been very open this episode, and thank you, like how stressful it can be sometimes, you know, balancing a baby in your marriage and stuff like that. Like, how do you make that choice to add another child to that?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to go through all the stages of raising a kid at this, like through their stages of their life as close together as possible. I think it scares me, honestly, to have like one in diapers, one in preschool, one in high school. And obviously, I know, Evan, you're kind of dealing with that right now. Maybe it's easier, but for me, I feel like I could just handle all of it at once, and then we'll move to the next stage together. So even before we had Emerson, we kind of talked about wanting to have our kids pretty close together. So, and not much has changed in that regard. Maybe we'll regret that once we have number 2 and it's crazy, but I don't know. It's just something we kind of knew from the get-go. So it's not, now that Emerson's kind of, 9 months, it's time to go for number 2.
That's
what do you think,
so crazy.
Evan?
She's 9 months.
Do you think it's easier having kids like spread out, or would you?
I think it's different for everyone. I just feel like, I've got a 17-year-old.
Right.
Who
So we do wait up at night having the same conversation you guys did about your brother.
I've had him since he was 2, and then I have, a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old and then a newborn. And I don't know. Like, I feel like I need a little bit of time with Bella to be like, okay, let me figure out this.
And I feel like I'm old.
So Carly feels like she's
What?
old, but
Well,
that's ridiculous.
I'm God, how old am I? 33? No, is that right? No, am I 32? Oh my God, how old am I?
You're 32.
I'm 32.
85, about to be 33, yeah.
Okay, so I'm turning 33. Then by the time...
Carry the one.
Listen, I'm getting old. My brain is going. Like, then by the time I have a baby, I'm, almost 34? Like, 35 is, like, risk. It's risky.
I think that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
they
That's
consider
what
you
they
high
say,
risk.
But it's
And that
ridiculous.
scares me.
At this point, I've had I've got so many kids, like just throw another one in there, it'll be fine. But I feel like I do want to wait just like a minute. Because again,
Like how many minutes?
Well,
like
so,
one.
I mean, we
60
Well,
I say this all
Carly,
the
you're
time.
ovulating
I'm
right
ovulating.
now. So are you guys going to try tonight, or what's the deal?
Well, obviously, I feel like I have to rub something now, so I'll probably do that.
Carly's got this guilt thing that really takes over. But it's not.
Well, it's working to your benefit right
No,
now.
I don't want
wouldn't
you to feel
complain.
guilty and do something because you feel guilty.
No,
That's
I don't
ridiculous.
feel guilty.
I don't want you to do.
Okay,
But,
no, I feel weird.
You shouldn't feel weird either. Okay.
No, we've talked about it. My thing is kind of like kind of like it was with Bella, like it just kind of happened and then it happened, and okay, like not to try, but not to try. But like if I'm ovulating, we don't want a kid yet. Like maybe you just don't go inside me. You just like maybe pull out or wear a condom. But like I'm not on birth control. So like there's preventative measures, but I'm not on birth control.
Yeah, I think we know how to make a baby, but I think it's like or not make a baby. But there's again, we've gone through. It's been like a whirlwind for us. A year,
Right.
a baby, TV stuff involved, and all that goes along with that. And I feel like maybe I don't need it, but I think part of me feels like I'm like, okay, let's like. I don't want you feeling sick again because you felt sick for so long.
No, but I'd rather just be sick and then have it be done and then never have to do it again.
I just feel like
That's
it'd
my
be
thing.
really hard on both of us, and probably it'd just be really hard to go through another 9 months, 10 months of.
Well, you're going to go through it anyway.
Yeah, but I'm like, hey, let's like have a little bit of fun for a few months first.
Well, we've had 4. How many do you need? Do we need to set a calendar date?
You haven't slept through the night in 4 months though. Like what if we have a little bit of time where you're sleeping through the night?
You realize I have insomnia and I didn't sleep beforehand anyway, right?
See, again, it's only our first year of marriage. We're learning things about you every day.
So much.
Counseling.
Evan, there's we have a question for you too, though, because some of our listeners have blended families like you do. So, like, how do you transition? Like, you have older sons now, and now having a new young daughter at home. Like, how do you transition from having teen boys and then now an infant? Like, do you think that was a huge deal for you, or not really?
Yeah, actually, I always thought I was made to have like girls. Like I just thought like I was made to be like a dad of daughters. Mm-hmm. But like I've been dealing with dads, and boys, and we just play soccer, we wrestle, we play hockey. Like it is like pure pure testosterone, and we just like mess around all day. So it actually has been a really interesting transition. I'd probably hard transition with Bella, because it's like I'm so used to like with when the boys were babies, I just throw them around, they'd laugh. And with Bella, it's like I have to be like super like hello.
Yeah, but you made her laugh today, and it was so cute.
Yeah, but it's like
And it's easier to make her laugh.
So it's so different though. Like I feel like with boys, like I'm just like punching them, and even when they're infants, you're just like wrestling with them a little bit, and they love that. And with Bella,
she's like
it's
fragile.
so different. So it's been also 10 years since I've had a baby. So yeah, it's been tough, and of course everything that goes along with when you have Nathan, my oldest, I have 100% of the time. We have 100% of the time. And Bella's 100% of the time. But then the two, the 13-year-old boy and the 10-year-old boy, we have 50% of the time. So there's like so many different transition things that make it more complicated. It's we haven't worked it out. It's like still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Well,
everything is still really new.
I think it sounds like a really good idea for a TV show, you guys, that Carly and I get pregnant. Carly and I get pregnant again, and we just go through this parenting thing together, because this is great.
I like it.
This is great material, you guys.
Okay, I have one question that I know that people have been asking me, and people have been asking you and I, Jade, but I want to ask the dads, actually. What are your baby must-haves?
It's a dad?
Like, for a dad. Evan? Like, what do you think are the most important baby items that someone should get?
If you're a dad and you need help.
Yeah. If you're a dad and you need help, or even, like, just things that, like,
Or
help
mom.
us out with Bella that are helpful.
What's your favorite?
The jumper that we had, because anything that you can put the baby in when they're like going crazy, and they can just calm down or like stay occupied in for long periods of time help. Because like the times when they're little, when they're itty bitty and mom is gone to the store or wherever, and you're with the baby for hours, getting a good block of like 30-minute.
I was like, please don't put the baby in the jumper for hours.
Yeah, the entire time you're gone, she was in there. No, just stuff like that. Like we had the swing that she liked when she was real little, and then the jumper when she got a little bit older. Those are things that I couldn't live without.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Evan?
I'd say the miracle blanket swaddle. Is that's what it is?
Yeah.
The thing's amazing. And also, I'd say the number one thing you should not deal with is freaking mom-shaming blogs. Like, these people that
people
say,
are mean.
Like, people that say that passies are bad, or all this
Also,
stuff.
Evan was holding a passy in Bella's mouth in the miracle blanket right now.
Yeah, so anyway, I can't stand it.
And she loves it.
Things work differently for everyone, so you just can't
totally.
like listen to all the haters and who say all these crazy things.
Well, I do want to say that Evan and Tanner, you guys are doing something right, because you have wonderful wives and wonderful daughters, and I'm thankful for you guys.
Yeah, you guys, you did a good job creating these babies, and you're doing a good job making them stay alive and happy.
So, like, we asked the guys what they're looking forward for Father's Day, and they weren't like necessarily super stoked about it. So, like, Carly and Jade, what's something you're looking forward to for your husbands for Father's Day, or like something that you love about them?
I think it's just going to be really fun to add another kid to the Father's Day mix. Like, it'll be fun for, to add a fourth kid to the picture for Father's Day. I don't know. That's kind of what I think. It's just really fun.
Yeah, and I know that we've been like harping on you guys, but I really don't think that fathers do get enough credit. I know, Evan, you're like, oh, well, Father's Day isn't as important as Mother's Day, but I still think it is. I feel like fathers need to get the credit and get acknowledgement too, because you guys do add to, it's very important for children to have a father figure of some sort. And so I feel like, I don't know.
Girls with daddy issues have lots of problems.
That's my number one goal, is to make sure that she does not have daddy
issues.
Never
No
have
daddy
issues, babe.
Yeah.
Never.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm excited to see Tanner on Father's Day. Like he said, I was super emotional, and he was saying he might get emotional, which actually, like, that just made my night hearing him say that for some reason. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to just have a good day and be with our family and celebrate Tanner for putting in the work, because he, as much as I get on him, he does put in the work, just in his own way.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Oh, Emmy said happy Father's
guess.
Day.
Oh, Bella was sort of
Thank
talking
you.
a second ago. She
Love
just
you,
woke
Emmy.
up. I know. I miss you, Emmy.
She smells so bad right now.
She's got a
Oh my
bad
gosh,
kitty.
so does Bella. I
know.
just took her out of the swaddle, and she smells like pee now. She
Yeah.
smells like pee and poop. Yeah.
Blessings.
Emmy's
Poor
straight
girl.
poo.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. listening to this week's episode. Head over to our Facebook groups, Babes and Babies. We will continue the conversation.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Babes and Babies podcast and tune in next week because we will have some exciting stuff for you.
As always.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. And Tanner, I forgot to say I love you. So I wanted to say it on here. I love you very much.
I love you. I also love you, Evan.
I love you, Tanner. I mean, I love you, Carly.
I just felt bad.
Very
I really, now I'm feeling guilty for shaming him this whole time. And we're no mommy shaming here, but we're daddy shaming. So now I feel really bad.
We love them and everybody's doing a great job. Daddies, you're doing a great job. Mommies, you're doing a great job. We're all just figuring it out and it's all okay. And
That's
we're
right.
all crazy and it's also all okay.
100%.
All right. Thanks
Which
for
is
tuning
what I
in,
normally
guys.
say at the end anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
ya.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.